So yesterday in court, Cassie took the stand again. It is the second week of trial, and she finished her the conversation she's having with the prosecutors. These are the people that want Diddy locked up. She talked about a ton of things, but one thing that they did yesterday that I thought they did a good job at is they leaned into why the sex trafficking charges are there. Through Cassie's testimony, they set up the whole like enterprise that they're claiming he has. So you have Diddy at the top of the hem, and then Cassie's like second in control because she's making phone calls, she's booking the escorts. Then you have different employees that come in from time to time. You have a person, they're alleging a woman named KK is involved.
So it's like a crime ring.
Exactly. Now, the crime itself, people are confused about how is he sex trafficking? How is that even a thing? But what they're showing us evidence of, text messages and conversations, is Diddy saying, yo, fly these people out. So Cassie went through at least a good like 15 different escorts that she knew like by name because they had dealt with them so much.
Different cities, different places.
Bro, LA, New York, Miami, and Las Vegas was their main spots, and they was flying these people all to these different places. Like one guy was based in New York, but he had been to all them places with them.
And that is
allegedly.
the definition of sex trafficking, correct?
That's
part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it. When you fly people across state lines with the intent to do anything immoral, and you're forcing them or coercing them to do it, correct?
The action or practice of illegally transporting people from one country or area to another for the purpose of sexual exploitation.
And you don't have to force them. So if they just do it for that, like you're not forcing them, but if you send them and pay them for that, that is sex trafficking.
That's a part of it.
But
the forcing and the coercing comes into it as well. Coercion comes into it.
He's facing charges of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, transportation for purposes of prostitution, and racketeering conspiracy.
So the prostitution and the transportation for prostitution, boom, that's you bringing people across state lines to have sex with them and paying them to do it. On Cassie's side, the coercion and the force, they showed text messages where Puff is texting her and saying things like, threatening to blackmail her with freak-off videos.
Also, I'm interested to see what Diddy's defense team is going to come up with, because if you get on that stand, I mean, when Cassie gets on that stand and you try to press Cassie, you can't press her without admitting Diddy did commit crimes. Like if you're going to say Cassie is G Money, then that means Diddy was Nino Brown. So if you're his defense, you would have to acknowledge that he committed crimes in order to, implicate Cassie. Are they going to try to say, Diddy did all these things, but it was consensual, but she's clearly telling you it was.
I have a question. Does Cassie have immunity? Because can she be charged? Do we know that?
I don't know the answer to that. I can find that out, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. I was sitting there yesterday and I'm like, okay, the prosecution did a good job. I see where their case lies with Puff. But if she wasn't sitting up here testifying, I wouldn't have been surprised if they would have tried to come and get her some way, because she was so involved in everything. And even though she went through a lot, I'm not taking that from her. She talked about having UTIs that even antibacterial medicine couldn't cure anymore because she was having so much sex. There were sores in her mouth.
So why has nobody else been arrested if it's a RICO?
That's what I was saying. I was wondering.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think, in my opinion, and I don't know, but I feel like some of these charges are not going to, they're not going to be as strong once we hear the testimonies. But there's certain things based off of yesterday, and based off of yesterday, and it's going to change every day.
It's only been day 3?
Yeah, but
8 weeks.
You can walk away. You can walk away with opinions early.
No, we got a long way to go.
You can.
No, we can't.
You can.
You have to hear all the facts.
You don't even have 10% of the evidence yet.
Nah.
I don't.
We have to see.